Hello travelers, adventurers. I'm going here for my afternoon walk here in the town of Campinas, my hometown where I was born. And today's Sunday, so as you can see, it's very quiet. No cars on the streets or anything. Most of my old neighbors, they have moved out because I've been here since the 70s, or my family has. And I guess we only have maybe 5 families from that time. Here's the Guarani Stadium. It's my favorite soccer team. So a lot of history here. So let's go for a walk. I'm going to the open, it used to be a zoo. It's a free zoo, but they have been removing the animals as they die because the city cannot maintain it. So it's some 10 minutes from my house walking, and then I'm gonna walk around the park. So let's go for this stroll with me. There is this tree. It is a palm tree, but it has little coconuts, and most of them it looks like they have been eaten. Actually, inside of them, they do have little coconuts. And there's an expression in Brazil that when somebody's bothering you, they say go catar coquinho, or go pick up those little coconuts, and because it's a lot of trouble, or it takes a lot of time because they're so small. And if they're eaten, most likely it would be from little what they call finger monkeys. We do have finger monkeys that run wild around here, so maybe we see them. Or it could be toucans. They just kind of live in the city. And this time of the year, the first week of February, actually March, it's still summer, 2 more weeks of summer. I always bring your umbrella because 1 minute can be nice and sunny like this, and then 5 minutes later you get humongous water drops on your head. You can even see there's a rainbow there, and it's not a light rain, it's heavy rain. And this street here, when we have those big rains, it comes down from a little hill and used to flood, and this street kind of became a river. There's one time I remember even a little kid kind of rolling with his bicycle here because he could not stand, because the water force was so huge. Soon, looks like I'm getting the big raindrops already. You can see here on the floor, and they come down fast and strong. So this is the name of my neighborhood. There's a little history behind it. It's called Jardim Proença. And here's the soccer stadium, and then the skies are getting dark. I hope I don't get hit by lightning. There's a new bike path they built some 3-4 years ago. It goes probably about 3 miles back and forth. Now I don't know if I go home or I just keep on my adventure. And here's the rain. Now this is a common gas station. You always have attendants to help you. Now the gasoline is $5.99 or 6 reais a liter. The real is 5 reais for $1. So I guess you can do the math. It's scary about those thunderstorms. They last very short, but they come very hard. And sometimes you see lightning striking like a few feet away from you, and a huge thunder. So it's 5:30 in the afternoon, 33 degrees centigrade. That's close to, I would say, probably about 85 degrees or so. And then when it rains, it hits the floor that's already hot. You feel like a steam coming up from the floor. As you can see, some of the rain coming down. So we do have Uber, we do have taxi. There's usually taxi stations all over town and some neighborhoods in a specific spots. Nowadays, some of them do accept money, cash. I'm sorry, they do accept credit cards. There's also an app, but we do have Uber. There's something called 99, and the Uber driver is telling me that most drivers, they do have a couple applications they use, and this 99 app, usually it's cheaper for the consumer, and it's also good for the driver that gets a larger percentage. This avenue called Princesa do Oeste, or West Princess, All those buildings when I was growing up used to be just nice homes. Would be just like one lane going back and forth. And during the years, of course, the city kind of extended, and then they start taking down those old beautiful mansions and putting all those skyscrapers and putting businesses, English schools. So anyway, used to be very nice to be here. Like that place, the second floor, I mean this whole thing is still a house. You can see from the top, that's what the houses used to look like in the street. And this is new, since September. It's like a market, open 24 hours. Good to know. They do have some specials here. They have little sodas and the famous coxinha for 5 reais. That's about $1. That would be a nice little snack. And they also have cheese bread, small ones. I don't know if it's 1 $2.99 or multiple. Cool, let's look inside. So checking prices usually, of course, because it's a neighborhood market, it's more expensive than the larger ones. This is the coffee that I usually take back. It's $18.99, that's about $3.80 or so. And I know in the US they sell this for $15, the same brand and everything. So they got a limited choice of things, but then if you need milk and if you need bread, this is the place to come. An interesting place. Got some munchies, some goodies. Good to know. That's just like 3 blocks from my house, so I get the munchies in the middle of the night, get myself armed and come down here. You really have to be aware is that people do not stop for you, even though you have the right of way crossing the street. They will not stop for you, so be careful. Yeah, Brazilians love to put English names on everything. There's a place called Ship Burger. They have salad, chicken, smash burgers, fries, shakes, and also they have a drive-thru. I've never tried it, don't know if I will. I guess one of the advantages of this neighborhood being converted to businesses pretty much is that you can just walk to the places, like buy food. There's a very popular Chinese/Japanese restaurant here, English school, used car sales lot, veterinarian. There's a house for sale. See, that's what they look like when they're not converted into a business. And what's happening in the market, you know, it's a good location for business, but people usually ask too much for the house. And people here do not have much money, so the house ends up staying there empty for like a year, 2 years, until somebody actually buys it. So, as an idea, I'm just guessing the price here, but a neighbor sold one not too long ago that was in the market for almost 2 years. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. It's like a good size home. And that was about 600,000 reais. So that's about $110,000. In the US, for sure, a house that size would not go for less than $400,000, $500,000. Looks like this is the end of the trail, so let's go back. See those birds? They're little, they're not macaws, and they're not parakeets. I forgot their names, but they're very noisy, but they're colorful. They're like green, yellow, red. They're beautiful birds, but just too noisy. As you can hear them, we call them maritacas. I'll see if I find the name in English. I think for me there's nothing super interesting about this, but I always like to see when I travel abroad. I don't like to go to downtown. I like to go to the regular neighborhoods to see how kind of, let's say, normal people live outside of the tourist area. So I guess this kind of gives you guys an idea this is a large town, by the way. It's over 1 million people, but it's in the state of São Paulo. It's I believe it's the biggest town in the state of São Paulo, except of course the city of São Paulo, which is the capital of the state. And that's what kind of a normal house looks like, as you can see. Barbed wires, fences with spikes, electric fences. You know, yes, there is a problem with crime here. Stop by to get an ice cream. Sugar free, of course. 8 reais. God, that's also like $1.40 for one little ice cream. So that's what I'm telling you. Some places they overprice things, but I guess that's the price. And everybody has a dog as an alarm. And usually they're not friendly. You go by and they start barking. There we go, see? Also, you're used to see the American retirement homes. This is an example of a Brazilian retirement home. It's not the prettiest. It's not as elegant, but it is affordable. The Macaria, whatever that is. Looks like it's a sushi place. Yeah, I guess we gotta try this out. It's $3 each. But $3 each what? I don't know. There's another retirement home. Curious to find out how much they cost. Okay, I did ask. It's not that inexpensive as I thought. It's 3,000 reais. So that's about $700, $750. Of course, compared with the US, you know, it's much cheaper. And that includes, she was explaining to me, that includes, you know, pretty much everything. You know, there's private rooms, include all the meals, you know, changing, taking care of sores if they, you know, if they have, move them back and forth. So, but you saw the space. It's just basically one of those houses that was converted to a retirement home. If some medical issue happened, also they call the police. Call the police. The heck. Okay. Anyway, so I guess that's what it costs. Here's a church. It's been here forever. It's a beautiful church. I don't know, I guess if you can go in now. I mean, usually they're open. You can get in all the time, but sometimes they're closed because of COVID, so let's try to go in. Yeah, this church has history. I used to be an altar boy. I used to participate in the youth group. It has gone through several kind of remodels. So, I still see dark skies, got a couple big drops of rain, and that was it. So another house that was converted into a business. This is already on my street. This one sells pasta, like frozen pasta. One beautiful thing about Brazil, or actually, let's say about this street, because this is where pretty much I was raised since the 70s, is that all the neighbors knew each other. Yesterday I went to visit a friend of mine that lived in this house, and he is a neurosurgeon. His wife is a vascular surgeon. So the good thing about having old friends like this, oh, here's an English school, this is kind of new, is that I showed her all my results from my medical visits, and she gave me like almost a 2-hour lesson about my health and what I should do, what I should not do, the medicine I should take. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, all those neighbors, I mean, we used to play soccer together in this street. Christmas parties, we used to close the street and put big tables on the street. This, of course, as you can tell, is an architect. Designed this house really strangely. And this neighbor of mine here, she actually lives in Denver, in Colorado. And so it was a very healthy, fun childhood that I had. This used to be our soccer stadium. The street was painted a soccer field. We used to put bamboo sticks here, and then where that white car is, that was a soccer field, and we played pretty much every day during the summer. A lot of fun. Then we have this house with the dentist. So anyway, I'm getting home, so I'm gonna turn it off, and I hope you enjoyed this little trip on my neighborhood, Jardim Proença. And it's too bad I don't see them, but we do have little finger monkeys that lives on the trees, and they kind of sometimes walk on those power lines. They're really cute, really small and cute. So do your like. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this little video, and I'll try to do a little more cultural videos about Brazil and what you should know about it.